The night bus picked up a passenger who wasn't there. One night, a bus driver experienced something he could never explain. David had been driving the city night bus for almost 10 years. Late shifts were usually quiet. Most nights, only a few passengers rode the bus, sometimes none at all. Around 1:40 in the morning, David was driving along a dark road near the edge of the city. Street lights were far apart, and the road was almost empty. Suddenly, he saw someone standing at the bus stop ahead. It looked like a woman. She was standing still under the dim streetlight. David slowed down and stopped the bus. But when the doors opened, no one stepped inside. David looked through the mirror, expecting someone to board. Nothing. Confused, he leaned forward and looked through the windshield again. The bus stop was empty. The woman was gone. David thought maybe she had walked away quickly, so he closed the doors and continued driving. But a few seconds later, something strange happened. He heard footsteps behind him. Slow, quiet footsteps. David looked in the rearview mirror, and his heart suddenly froze. Someone was sitting in the last seat of the bus. A woman. Long hair. Head slightly down. But David clearly remembered. No one had entered the bus. He watched the mirror carefully while driving. The woman didn't move. She just sat there silently. The bus continued for several more stops. Finally, David gathered the courage to speak. Next stop. Are you getting off? No answer. The woman remained completely still. When the bus reached the next stop, the doors opened automatically. David looked at the mirror again. The last seat was empty. The woman was gone. There was no sound of footsteps. No one walking out. Just an empty seat. The next morning, David checked the bus camera footage. He replayed the moment when the bus stopped at that dark road. The doors opened, but the camera showed no one entering the bus. Not a single person. Yet, minutes later, the camera clearly showed a woman sitting in the last seat. No one ever figured out how she got there. And after that night, David refused to drive that route again. Because sometimes, passengers appear, even when no one gets on the bus. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And tell me in the comments, what do you think really happened on that bus? And if you want more mysterious stories like this, let me know in the comments.